העימות החדש נתניהו-אובמה. השדר הבכיר של רשת CNN, וולף בליצר, מקדיש כל יום את תוכניתו לניתוח המדיניות והפוליטיקה בוושינגטון עם מיטב המומחים והפרשנים. והערב יש לנו הזדמנות לשאול אותו כמה שאלות. הוא מצטרף אלינו מוושינגטון. Good evening, Wolf Blitzer.
Good evening.
Now, here you have it, a new Obama-Netanyahu crisis. Where is it going this time?
I assume it's going to continue for a while. There's obviously the Obama administration, the president personally, the Secretary of State, certainly the Vice President, Joe Biden. They really wanted to see the peace negotiations get going, and they certainly see this latest development as a serious problem. I don't know where it's going to wind up. But I know there's a certain tension in the U.S.-Israeli relationship right now as a result of what's happening in Jerusalem with the housing. But remember that this is an administration that came in saying that there should be a settlement freeze. That didn't exactly work out. They finally got the start of the direct Israeli-Palestinian negotiations. They were hoping the Israelis would continue the freeze. That didn't necessarily happen. So it's an irritant in the relationship.
President Obama, post-midterm elections, how badly was he damaged?
He was seriously damaged, the President of the United States, because his party lost the majority in the House of Representatives, lost a number of seats in the U.S. Senate, and all the polls suggested that his base among the independent voters, which really got him elected in 2008, went the other way this time around. Now, that doesn't mean he can't come back over the next 2 years. A lot of us remember Bill Clinton in 1994, after his first 2 years in the White House. He suffered a similar political setback when the Republicans and Newt Gingrich took over the House and the Senate, and then he got himself back on track. He moved to the center and got himself reelected in 1996 against Bob Dole. And no one is saying that President Obama can't do that. Has he suffered a political setback, a serious political setback right now? He certainly has, but that doesn't necessarily mean he can't recover.
Mm-hmm. Is he in a desperate need of a foreign policy achievement now?
He would love a foreign policy achievement, but that's not necessarily going to help him recover. What's going to help him recover is if the U.S. economy recovers. Foreign policy, national security in this most recent election was not really a significant national factor. It was all about jobs, unemployment, the economy, the budget deficit, the national debt growing and growing and growing, the health care bill that was passed this past year. National security, foreign policy, international issues really were only tangential. We're only on the sidelines. They really weren't a big issue this time around. And so what he really needs right now is an improvement in the U.S. economy, the creation of jobs, the unemployment rate, which is now 9.6%, to start going down. If that doesn't happen, he'll be in serious trouble as far as getting himself reelected.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the burning issue of Iran. What is really the American position on that? Can you say?
I think, based on everything I hear, the U.S. still believes, the U.S. intelligence community, the experts in the U.S. government, that Iran is still maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years away from having the capability of developing a nuclear bomb. So they think they have some time to let diplomacy, sanctions work, and that's clearly what they're trying to do. Do they want the Iranians to fear that there could be a military response? Yes. That's why they say all options are on the table. But do they really want to do a military response? They really don't. The Secretary of Defense doesn't. I'm sure the President doesn't, because they know that this would open up a whole, Pandora's box. We don't know what the reaction would be from the Iranians and from others. So it's not something they want to do, but it's not something that they've completely rejected out of control. They do believe that there's time, though, to let diplomacy and sanctions have an impact, and that's what they're stressing. That's why there's no great rush from the U.S. perspective to engage in a military operation.
Wolf Blitzer, CNN Washington, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ya'akov. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.